let's continue showing you the power of if statement. So let's do a little bit of a fun example. You probably all played the game odds and evens growing up. Like you put out one or two fingers, the other person puts out one or two fingers, and the total is odd. One person wins, like 1 and 2, the odd person would win. If the total is even, the other person wins. I grew up using this to decide who would take out the ball in basketball, who would bat first in baseball, etc. So let's suppose Taylor Swift's playing Katy Perry. They don't like each other, as you know. Odds and evens. So each puts out 1 through 5 fingers, and if we were dealing with aliens, they could put out up to 20 fingers. And let's suppose if the total is even, Katy wins. If the total is odd, Taylor wins. Okay, so we want to write a formula that will tell us, given the number of fingers each person puts out, who won. So I could have Taylor, let's say, going down here. Okay. I don't want to leave a blank space. As Taylor Swift would say, great song, by the way. Okay. So here's the number of fingers that Katy puts out. Okay. So like Taylor, if the total's even, Katy wins. So I should put the word Katy here, because Taylor put out 1 and Katy put out 1. If Taylor put out 1 and Katy put out 2, I should put the word, the total's odd, I should put Taylor. Okay, and you know, I could do this up to 10 fingers, 20 fingers, and we don't want to manually fill this in. In other words, what I want this to look like, okay, this should say Katy, this should say Taylor. Etc. Okay, now can I automate this procedure? Well, the trick here turns out to be a function called the mod function. How do you tell the number is even? Well, the mod function, like if you say mod 5 comma 2 gives remainder when 5 is divided by 2. And that would mean, that would equal 1. And if I'd say mod 4 comma 2, the remainder we divide 4 by 2 is 0. Okay. So if you do mod a number, an integer, comma 2, if that equals 0, the integer was even. If mod the integer, comma 2 equals 1, the integer was odd. And that's the key. Okay, because I have to figure out if the total is even, then I should put the word Katy there, otherwise Taylor. So I can combine the if statement with the mod function, and I have to be good at dollar signing here. You'll see sometimes I dollar sign the row, and sometimes I dollar sign the column. So I'd say if mod, I will take how many fingers Taylor put out, and when I copy this, I want the F to not change, so I'll dollar sign the F. And then I would add this, how many fingers Katy put out, I want the 5 not to change, so I dollar sign the 5. So I'd say if those two, when I divide by 2, the remainder equals 0, I have an even, I should put the word Katy, and otherwise put the word Taylor. So again, to go through that, take the number of fingers Taylor puts out plus Katy, divide it by 2. If the remainder is 0, it was even, I should put the word Katy there. Otherwise, I should put the word Taylor there. So this should say Katy if I've done this right. And it does. Now, if I can copy this, Control C, and then Control V, and it alternates Taylor, Katy, and that's exactly what we want. If the total is even, Katy wins. If the total is odd, Taylor wins. And that basically is one great example of if statements, and we'll continue with more like this. If statements are so flexible. I mean, you can do so much with them, as we'll see in the next few videos.
Okay, so thanks for watching, and there's a free course, a free 21-day course from Dr. Winston, and all of these videos are coming from one of three books. So first, this one, which you can see here at the top of the screen, Microsoft's book, which has 355 reviews, and then it's, let's see, 4.6 stars. It's coming from this book as well, his marketing analytics book, which is down here, and you can sort of see 4.5, or his newest book, his analytics stories book, which is here. And with that one, you can see it's 4 point something, or maybe even 5. I don't think it's 5. Yeah, 4.8. And so, yeah, anyways, in the description, there's a free 21-day course from Dr. Winston, or you can go to excelwithwayne.com/free, and it'll be there. But again, thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, just please let us know. Thanks.